So I am building a digital product and I want to take this live stream as an opportunity to kind of show you my thought process behind how I'm going about building this thing. It's not going to be in a traditional way or in a way you may have heard other people speak about. Just create a digital product, blah 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 blah. And I'm going, like, you can feel free to ask me any questions that you may have around this topic. If you're watching live, and then if you're watching on the replay, you can also drop your questions down below. But I just want to share my creative thought process behind this. Um, so, and then also, if you are watching live or on the replay, I want to hear if you are working on your digital product. Like, let's take some time to bounce some ideas off of each other. Just talk about this thing right here. So, I am building a digital product that, like, I'm putting a lot of effort into it. And what I mean by that is, I just kind of feel this could be an assumption. This could not be true. I haven't watched all of these kinds of videos, but I just feel like there's a handful of videos that give the guidance to just go on Canva, for example, throw something together and create a digital product, make it a PDF, and sell it. Like, they kind of keep it at that surface level type of thing. And with my background in branding and content marketing, when it comes to creating any product, it's not as simple as that. Yes, that strategy of going on Canva, throwing something together and selling it has worked for people. I'm not going to deny that, but I just think there's another way to go about it. So, um, I just, when you want to have an audience, I feel like with selling any product, whether that's physical or digital, in my opinion, it's best to have some established audience in place. So that's something that I'm working on right now. I'm working on building my audience. It's something that I do with each video that I create on my YouTube channel. It's my effort into building my audience. Then, secondly, I think that you want to approach this product, this digital product, by like building a true brand around it. Your personal brand is the brand that I'm kind of referring to, but maybe you're doing a digital product for your business directly. Whatever it is, branding has to be a strong component, or rather, I'm making sure branding is strong within my digital product. I'm really building my digital product as if it was a physical product. I'm keeping that in mind. Like, if I were to package this thing and send it to people, or if this thing was available in a store in some way, I'm really thinking about it in that regard, because it is a product. It's just a digital form of that. So, with that being said, instead of the whole Canva route or the DIY version of it, in terms of creating the digital product itself, I have graphic design skills, but I don't do graphic design for a living. There's someone out there that does that every day, that works with graphic design clients every day. That's what they do. That's like their zone of genius. So I'm taking the approach of working with a like designer to create my actual digital product. Let me just pause right there. I want to say hello to Giraldi. Hi. Marissa, hello. And Marissa also says, I just finished creating my first digital product, so this timing is perfect. Wonderful. And I will be covering with you, like, what is my strategy? Like, once the product is created, what do I plan to do next? Okay, so I'm working with a designer. And so far, what I've done is I've made like, you can call it a project spec, or I've outlined to the designer in detail what I want. And I'm in the process of waiting to get a proposal back from the designer to see if, I'm pretty sure they can execute my vision, but just see like how much that's going to cost in total and get a timeline for this project and different things like that. So I, when outlining the kind of details of what I want, it was very interesting. It was an interesting exercise. So even if you don't want to work directly with a designer, I do suggest creating the project outline. This is a project that you're working on, whether you're a content creator or entrepreneur, whatever you identify yourself as. And I got this kind of format for the project outline from the designer that I'm working with. So I sent my idea to her that I want to work with her on this. Can she work with me on this? And she asked me to, what is it? Sorry. She asked me to, can I tell her the 4Ds, which is the dimensions, deliverables, direction, and deadlines. So the most eye-opening part of having to outline that for her, for the designer, was, I think, the direction part of it and the deliverables part of it. So deliverables being meaning like what do I want in return specifically to be created by her or by the design company. So I had to just really outline this in detail, and it was just such a great exercise. I had to, like, when you have to explain your idea in your mind to someone else, it really forces you to get clear on what it is that you're trying to create. I can imagine some people, when creating their digital product, they may not necessarily go through outlining a specific plan for that product. I can imagine potentially they just open up Canva or a Google document and kind of start immediately jump into creating the product without really making a plan for it. I had to explain to her my goal with this digital product. Think about who is it really for, think about how would they use it, and you know, I have written here like the function of this digital product for who it's for. Sorry if that doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, and that's the first little takeaway that I want you to have. Like, create a project spec, which is short for project specifications, which just sounds really a little bit fancy, but it's just an overview of what you want the product to do, and everything like that. Kind of pretty much what I just mentioned with these 4Ds. So with the direction, I just remember giving direction for creating this. Just again, kind of what I'm saying, like, you get to think about so many details of your digital product that before even thinking of working with a designer, that I kind of knew was in my mind, but I didn't get down on paper. And the process of getting it down on paper just brought in so much clarity for me. So I just think it's a good idea, or not to you. This is just a personally sharing with you how I'm going about creating my digital product. So yes, 4Ds, the dimensions, deliverables, direction and deadlines. Even thinking of when would I like to have this done started sparking my mind on this just whole timeline of like, okay, this thing will be done, then it'll be time to launch it to my audience. And just have me thinking about different aspects of this whole digital product. Like I said, I'm treating this as if it was a physical product. The example that's coming to my mind is like Ivy Park in terms of her launch, which is a pretty old example, but I just remember seeing different social media posts like there's a drop gonna be happening soon, blah, 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 blah. And then a week or so later, the clothing would drop. And it's just like launches and just the excitement being built around a product coming out. Like I want to treat my digital product like that, for example. Lavender says, like making a business plan for your digital product. Thank you. Thank you. Project specifications is similar to making a business plan for your digital product. And I think that's also what I'm trying to get at. I had to like not only think about the product itself with doing that, but like, yeah, how is this going to really play out? What is the plan here? So thank you for that. Right now I'm in the process of two things. If I haven't said this already, I'm waiting. Yes, I did. I said I'm waiting for a proposal back from the designer. And here's a cool thing that I want to do with my digital product. So, for example, right, the first 50 people that buy my digital product, I want to create something tangible that I can send to them. A physical, essentially, it'll be like a physical version of that digital product. I want to go out of my way to create that physical thing for them and send it to them because one, is special to me that these people have chosen to buy something that I have created. And I think sometimes what's lacking with a digital product is the fact that it's not physical. When you pay for something and all you get to do in terms of the experience of buying it is download it, and that's kind of it, that could be a little bit lackluster, especially if it is as dry as, okay, come to the sales page, add to cart, buy, check out, download it, and that's it. Similar if you ever bought a PDF downloadable item from Etsy before, it's pretty underwhelming. But I want to just up it up and take it up a notch and send something physical out for my first 50 buyers. So with that being said, the company that I want to use to manufacture that physical product, the physical version of my digital product, I ordered samples from that company and I'm waiting for those samples to arrive. They are in the mail. So I'm kind of excited that this is happening. It really feels like the ball is rolling a little bit more, even though I'm in this like waiting space of it. I had to put my attention elsewhere over these past 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks ago that I sent over the business plan for my digital product or my project specs to the designer. But there's a lot of things that I can do in the meantime. Even once they start designing it and working on bringing it to life, I personally want to use, here's one of the things that I have to do. I want to use Shopify to to sell my digital product. And that comes with having to build out a Shopify website. the reason I want to use Shopify is because I don't know, it's universal. So many other brands use Shopify. It's known amongst audiences. And I just think it would be good practice to learn how to use it in just to learn how to use it. Building out the website. I've built websites before. I've used like you simply get a website template. It's not simple because not everyone can do it, but you get a website template and you customize it to your preferences. There's different ways you can go about it. So I'm going to have to figure out like what is this first version of my Shopify website going to look like and take the time to build that out. Lavender asks, will you have a physical version available for purchase if customers prefer that? That's a great question. And thank you for asking. I wanted to kind of get y'all's opinion on these things that I'm sharing anyways. But the answer that comes to mind for me is no, because the example number I'm using is like my first 50 customers I'll do this for. I feel like 50 orders is something that I can manage packaging up and getting shipped out. But for that to be an ongoing thing, that feels like it will be overwhelming to me. Yes, it feels like something that wouldn't be sustainable. And that's my first thought and my first answer, but maybe I will change my mind. So one thing I wanted to share with you was that I had a strategy call with someone, and it was me helping them strategize a specific area of their YouTube channel. But at the end of the call, I got a blessing. One of the pieces of advice that I gave to this person was just like, the content you create, like I understand your long-term plan, but the beginning and early phases of building your YouTube channel, like your content has to reflect where you are now in your journey. Like I know you see yourself being this person doing this thing in the long term in the future, but there's a step one and your content has to reflect step one, phase one. And me saying that to this person, I recognize that the digital product I've wanted to create first, it was more geared towards like helping someone start their business and really geared towards the person ready to take a leap into entrepreneurship or just improve the starting of their business in some shape or form. That was where I was headed with my digital product. But even though I'm an entrepreneur and I love business and business building and developing, the majority of my content today is not focused on that. I haven't really fully gotten into that phase on my channel. So a light bulb went on in my head and was like, Nala, you've been speaking more about the content creation process / creative process / building a YouTube channel. I've been mostly speaking to content creators, also entrepreneurs. But if someone were to take a look at my channel today, they would get a vibe of the fact that like I'm speaking to content creators. So I had to tell myself like your first digital product needs to reflect your phase one. And your phase one right now is more content focused, content related. So I was able to make that tweak in what this digital product is going to do / who is it going to be for. That makes more sense to what I've been doing in terms of you remember I mentioned like really step one is building an audience. It makes more sense for the type of audience that I've been building. So that was a really major breakthrough for me. It was really like, okay, this makes sense. Because originally, when I was trying to make a digital product that was for my phase two, aka like the more entrepreneurship business type of side of this channel of me that will be more apparent as time goes on, the launch phase of that felt a little bit hard. I felt like, okay, how am I going to get this product in front of these people? And it was more of like looking like a challenge. But now I feel less challenged because I have built an audience. I feel more confident saying I built an audience full of content creators, and I can create a digital product that helps them in a specific point on within their content. Like I feel confident about that. So making sure making sure my product reflects where my channel is right now has been a really good move for me. I want to share like a resource with you guys. This guy, I'm going to pull him up on my screen. Just give me one moment. But he has taught me, I've always loved branding, but this guy has really helped me just get back into the conversation of branding and given me a really good source, multiple sources of inspiration when it comes to brand building, brand building, brand building. That's a phrase that needs to be like drilled into the mind. You are building a brand. It's not just about a digital product. Even the first video or his most recent video that's right here, are you buying the product or the brand? I love that title. And people tend to buy the brand over buying the product. So, good evening, Elisa. So, I want to approach this digital product with a strong intention of building a brand around it, which I'm already doing, just being really intentional with the personal brand that I'm building. But that this guy right here, please screenshot or whatever you have to do at Orrin Meets World. I came across him from a podcast about branding, and I just went on a rabbit hole of his content and just the different ways he talks about how he's bringing like his physical products to life and the cycle of bringing a product to life and a brand to life. It has just given me so much ideas on like how I can get really creative with making sure I set my digital product launch to be as successful as possible. And a lot of that is going to have to do with building a strong brand, like having a strong brand connected to this digital product. And I think that's a large reason why I've taken it upon myself to make or at least have the desire to work with a designer, because a part of branding is design. And I really, even though this is something that is going to be downloaded, I'm interested in providing as much of an experience as I possibly can. And a lot of that experience can come from the design of the product itself. just speaking of experience, like, have you unboxed, have you unboxed something recently? Whether that be like a bag or some shoes, maybe a new tech product. Um, have you unboxed something? Or can you remember a product where it was like it came in this really beautiful packaging, a beautiful box? The unboxing experience was really memorable for you. And even the fact that me asking you that question and it's coming to your head, that says something. And what it says is like memorability, I think is the word I want to use. Like, because that brand was intentional about that unboxing experience, intentional behind that packaging, intentional with the colors they use, and maybe the materials they use within that packaging, you remember it out of you come across like 100 brands in the span of 2 weeks or something like that. But you, when I asked you that question, you remembered that brand. I want to kind of have a similar effect with my digital product, even though it's not going to be something that can, for most people that get it, can be unboxed and interacted with physically. But I'm doing everything I can to still provide some type of experience for the customer. Yes. And it's something that I'm not getting into the details of what the product is just yet. I'm definitely going to be bringing you along with the creation of it, but I'm not spilling the beans just yet. But one thing I can share is I have decided, like, along with the PDF or the thing that someone downloads, I am going to create a video or a set of videos that come along with the product, just explaining like how to use it, the different use cases, maybe some examples. I don't know yet. I don't know all the details of that video, but that's a little nugget for you. If you're working on your digital product or you recently created one, you can enhance the value by creating a specific video, like a really tutorial type of thing. I'm sure you've ordered something from Amazon within the last month or so, and so, oftentimes the things that you order, it comes with like a paper instructions pamphlet type of thing. So basically, how can you create like a video version of that for your digital product? Like some instructions, some guidance really for your digital product that enhances the value, because it goes beyond just having the downloadable thing and some written instructions on the website or on the product page. I want to be big on providing value in anything that I do. And I want to over deliver on value. The digital product will be a certain price, but when someone purchases it, I want them to feel like they got way more value than they expected. And I feel like a way that I can do that, just one of the ways, is having that video material to come along with it. So that's one thing that I'm gonna be doing. One thing that I learned from Oren, the guy that I shared with you guys, this man, um, just the fact that you want to potentially think about holiday season. Even for us that are selling digital products, we can take advantage of all that goes on in holiday season. And I think a good way of just increasing the chances of your digital product doing well is the timing in which you launch that digital product or have that product available to go out to the public. I just basically said the same thing twice in two different ways, but basically he just said, like, if you want to have a product for holiday season, something to have, November, even October, holiday season tends to start earlier each year. Basically, he said, like, start working on that thing right now. Start working on it right now so that you can go through these different cycles, you can go through working with a designer. Maybe there's some tweaks that need to be made. You can go back and forth with that, making sure you're clear on your launch plan, your marketing plan that you're going to do with your social media, all these different things. I have an example about something that I want to show you guys. Just give me 1 second. I just want to say hello to Maud. Thank you. She is just letting you guys know to hit the like button if you're watching live or watching on the replay. That would be helpful. And Elisa says, yes, you absolutely can create digital packaging for a virtual unboxing experience. This is big for Etsy sellers in the digital space. Yes, 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 yes. So one thing that I just brought up was, okay, if you want to be ready for holiday, thinking about your marketing strategy and everything like that. I want to show you guys an example. This lady I came across today. She does this in every video. And I want to know, what do you think about this? Let me see. Is my screen being shared? Let's listen to the very beginning of the video. Let me share my screen. Oops. 1 second. Let's.
Hello, I'm Jamil Musaiba, an international etiquette expert, author of etiquette books, as well as online courses. If you're interested in getting my book, you can do so directly on my website. I'll link it here as well in the description box below. They're available for a worldwide international shipment. If you're interested in learning more in depth about etiquette, you can join my pre-recorded online courses. One is entitled Western Formal Dining Etiquette, and the other is The Art of Entertaining at Home. What means pre-recorded is that you can watch them at your own pace, at the leisure of your own home, and learn more in depth about the art of entertaining as well as good table manners. If you want to learn more about etiquette, you can also join my Etiquette Movie Club, where I do monthly analysis of different kind of movies from an etiquette standpoint of view. And so far, I've done over 30 different movie analyses on very famous movies, and we are discussing what are some etiquette lessons that we can learn from it. Make sure to join it if you're interested to learn more. Before we get started with today's video, there are two things I would like to ask you. First is make sure to subscribe as well as hit the bell button, because I see that the number of subscribers is growing on my.
Okay, and now we're about a minute into the video. So I play. Oh, did you guys even see that? I'm sorry. You guys didn't even see what I was talking about. We have to watch it again because I didn't have my screen shared. We are watching. This is going to be, I want you to pay attention to what she's saying in the beginning of this video. Action.
Hello, I'm Jamil Musaiba, an international etiquette expert, author of etiquette books, as well as online courses. If you're interested in getting my book, you can do so directly on my website. I'll link it here as well in the description box below. They're available for a worldwide international shipment. If you're interested in learning more in depth about etiquette, you can join my pre-recorded online courses. One is entitled Western Formal Dining Etiquette, and the other is The Art of Entertaining at Home. What means pre-recorded is that you can watch them at your own pace, at the leisure of your own home, and learn more in depth about the art of entertaining as well as good table manners. If you want to learn more about etiquette, you can also join my Etiquette Movie Club, where I do monthly analysis of different kind of movies from an etiquette standpoint of view. And so far, I've done over 30 different movie analyses on very famous movies, and we are discussing what are some etiquette.
Okay, so I showed this example because that is a form of advertising. Maybe I shouldn't use the word marketing, but that is a form of advertising. I found her today. I watched maybe like 4 or 5 of her videos. She said that same thing basically in the beginning of her videos. And if you watch the video and go on, she mentions like, oh, you can buy my course or you can buy my book. She'll throw that out throughout the video. That's not something that I currently do with my content, but something that I'm recognizing is once I have something to sell, how am I going to now do advertising for my own stuff that I have to sell? Or marketing. Let's ask ChatGPT, what is the difference in a simple way? Please tell me the difference between marketing and advertising. Marketing encompasses a broader set of activities aimed at promoting and selling products or services. Advertising, on the other hand, is a specific component of marketing that involves paid messages to promote products or services. So while marketing includes advertising, it also includes other activities like market research, product development, pricing strategies, and distribution channels. Advertising is just one way to communicate with customers within the broader marketing framework. Okay. That's why people use them interchangeably. But yes, marketing, I'm going to now have to advertise and inform. I think I saw recently like advertising is letting people know about your product. And by her mentioning she has her courses, she has her book in the beginning of every video, she's letting people know about her product. I thought, I don't know how I'm going to go about it, but it's going to be a transition. I wonder if anyone watching who currently has a digital product already, have you gotten comfortable? It's like a rhetorical question. You can answer it if you want to, but have you gotten comfortable with like stating to your audience, I have this product. I have this thing that you can get that I sell. Are you comfortable with saying that yet? And I think that's going to be interesting transition, and that's going to have to happen within my content. I don't know what that's going to look like I said, but it's going to be interesting to have to like say that and just be a spokesperson for my own thing that I'm selling. There's a video that I want to come out with one of these days, basically saying like you should be an influencer for your own brand. It wouldn't be weird if a brand reached out to you and told you to say X, Y, and Z, or paid you to promote their product. It wouldn't be weird at all. But for me, I'm finding it like there's that kind of weird vibe around doing it for your own thing. It's a sticky little situation right there. So yeah, like I'm going to have to promote this thing and find a way to promote it so that I don't come off too salesy, and also find a way to like warm up my audience to the fact like, hey, this is the next thing, you know, this is what this is what I'm offering. You don't have to take it, but I have to, she the lady that I showed you guys, this lady right here, she was like, to people that watch all my videos, my intro sounds funny, but to the new people that come across my videos, they don't know me. They don't know what I do. So I have to have this introduction. And she called it I wish I could remember how she calls it. I'm going to have to remember. But the importance of having this introduction, it's important. I don't have like an introduction like that for myself. Whether I have a product or not, I just don't have that type of introduction. And I'm going to have to work on that. It's a weird thing. I really want to remember how she called it. Okay. It's in this video, but dang, she don't have no chapters. Okay, I can't remember right now. Let me see what you guys are saying. Marissa says, I am nervous to self-promote. I think I want to find a way to authentically mention the product when it makes sense. I have a video about that because Erin On Demand is really good about authentically mentioning her stuff. But I feel you. It is a nerve-wracking thing to self-promote. Alyssa said advertising is under the marketing umbrella. Yes. I do have an Amazon KDP journal, and the way I first mentioned it, it was a giveaway with the journal, and other times I mention it when I'm actually writing in the journal on videos. Those are organic ways to mention it. Lavender says, I still cringe at my own videos when I say like and subscribe. I'm not sure why. It's weird. It's so weird. But for me, this woman that I showed, that I'm using as an example, she has an established audience. She's had a handful of videos go do over 1 million views. She's someone established. And I think that's why she kind of feels like, okay, I could talk about my product and what I have going on in the beginning of my videos, and people are going to watch it anyways. Like, I was a new person to her channel, and even though she repeated the same thing in the beginning of each video, I was okay. I was willing to get through that minute of her doing her church announcements so that I could get to the content. It didn't bother me that much. And now I know, like, it's ingrained in my brain that if I need a book about etiquette, or if I want to take some etiquette online courses, I know who to go to. So I'm going to have to find that balance, but it's like people have to know it's okay to repeat stuff and it's okay to do that. I can't like worry about whoever is going to be like, why is she saying this or whatever. I have to find a way to like mention that this is what I have. And the fact that she does it in every video, I don't know, it feels like a smart tactic. I like the way that Erin On Demand does it in terms of mentioning it organically, but at the same time, in order to mention it organically, she has to do a certain type of video. Like in the vlogs, like, because Erin On Demand, she has I assume everyone knows who Erin On Demand is. I can't make that assumption. Let me just pull up her page while I'm talking about her. Or rather using her as an example. Let me see here. She will be on stage in a second. Boom. Erin On Demand. So as you can see in her channel banner right there, the second image, it is a journal or notebook. That is her physical product that she has. So what I'm saying, like, yeah, she can mention the product organically, but she has to, I'm not even saying like she does this on purpose, whatever the case may be, but she does vlog content, for example. In her vlog, if it's a vlog, right? She's documenting a portion of her day. At a specific point within that day, she's bound to use the journal that she has. So then it's organic or natural to film herself using her own product and then casually write on the screen, oh, if you want this, the link is in my description box. So she did create an environment for her to organically mention the product. Does that make sense? And I don't vlog on my channel. I don't feel like for my digital product, I'll need to vlog. But what I'm basically saying is there may not be that environment always created in my content for me to organically mention my product. And for me, that's like limits the opportunities for me to mention my product. So I'm going to have to find the balance between organic mentions and then like, it's not, I'm blatantly telling you, I got this to sell. You can check it out if you want to. Moving on with the video. I like the way the woman did it because it's not like forceful and salesy to me, even though she's like, wait, like we even get into the subject matter of the video and you're telling me what you have to offer and what you have to sell. It simply was an introduction to what she does. And it could be one thing for me to say, hello, my name is Nala. I create content sharing everything I know about building an online brand and business. It could stop right there, right? But that's because I don't have nothing to sell right now. When I have something to sell, I could say, and if you want to blah, 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 I can add something to it and then move on with the content. I don't have to put that smack dab in the beginning of my video. I can find some other place to insert it. But like I mentioned already, if a brand was to pay me to do that for their product, it wouldn't be a problem. It wouldn't be an issue. I wouldn't mind interrupting the flow or the topic of my video to insert that little segment into it because a brand paid me for it. So why wouldn't I do that for myself? And it's just a type of thinking that I'm making sure to put my brain in, because I'm not about to like do all this work to make this digital product and then be on the shh about it. So GGT says Erin is bomb, and she is. She's amazing. Marissa says, I do think it's cool when creators say this video is sponsored by me and then they share their product. I love that. I love that too. I haven't come across someone saying it this way verbatim. This video is sponsored by me, but I love that, Marissa. I really do. I really do. I've seen like Think Media, for example, they'll do, oh, this video is sponsored by whatever the name of their creator program is. Like, this video is sponsored by Think Media creators. Head to the link in the bio if you want to get your first 1,000 subscribers in a week. We're doing a 7-day challenge. You know, have you ever heard them do that? If you're familiar with Think Media, that's a leg of their company, and essentially that's their own product that they're promoting within the video. And I want to be comfortable with doing that. I really do. Alyssa says, my strategy is to, 1, create specific content related to my digital products so that I can mention it naturally, and 2, share my list building digital products and most other content, and 3, link my offers. So yeah, I feel like strategy 1 is what Erin does. And strategy 2, share my list building digital products and most other content. I think that you're just saying like share the fact that that's your digital product and link your offers. Yeah, most definitely. Those are the 2 strategies it seems like there is to do. Another thing I just want to mention in terms of marketing, advertising, getting the digital product out there. I don't know when I'm going to do this, but I feel like at some point I want to do like a physical, like I'd be like saying farmers markets, but I need to use, have you ever came across like the businesses, that there'll be a candle lady, someone selling body butters, the people with vendors, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe one day I want to do a vendor opportunity, and I can have like a printed out or like a physical version of my digital product, just as an example for people to interact with in person, right? And then sell a digital product like as a vendor at a event where my target audience, my target customer is most likely to be at. Why would I do that? One, content. Setting up that whole vendor space is content. People interacting with my table is content. That's a content opportunity. Two, I get to get people's reaction to what I'm selling in real time and use that as feedback. And this is just what I'm saying about you treating my digital product as if it was a digital product, as if it was a jar of jam that I'm selling at a farmer's market, and doing little different things like that. And I feel like being a vendor at an event at least once will really improve what I'm doing and how I'm selling online. I didn't mention this before, but one of the reasons that I want to, along with just showing appreciation to the people that order my digital product, with digital product creation, it's hard to like bring people along the journey sometimes of the creative process behind that. I'm big on bringing people along the journey. You may not have that as a part of your content, but I'm big on bringing people along the journey. And it's hard when it's not physical to like show, like, you ever seen like, this was more prevalent like 4 or 5 years ago, but like the girls, they would have all these packages around them and be in the middle and like take a picture, or they have a big bag full of packages that they're about to drop off at the post office. That is an opportunity. That was an opportunity for content for them. Even Erin on Demand, we were using her as an example. She's shown like packing her orders for her for her physical product and doing a product photo shoot. Let me show you guys. Is my screen being shared? Let me see. You see right here, there's 1, 2, 3. This third image right here is literally her holding her product with a bunch of orders behind her. And then the one before that, at-home product photo shoot, tips for professional product photos, content opportunities. When you treat your digital product as a physical product, you create content opportunities for yourself. So that's what I want to do. The lady we watched, she comes off poised and like she has experience, and it came off natural. Her tone and etiquette made me willing to listen through the entire intro. That's a good point to point out, Lavender. It is. And I think I'm so happy I came across her, because sometimes when people are mentioning their stuff that they sell, it just doesn't sound natural. It sounds literally the opposite of what you described here. And I'm happy you just kind of pointed it out this way, because that's the takeaway. Like, we can talk about our stuff, but it's the way you go about talking about it. The way that you go about talking about it, that makes a difference in if someone's willing to sit through and listen to you hear it multiple times, or not get tired of you saying the same thing. And I don't know how long she's been doing that for, but it really didn't take away from the content too much for me. But I guess I was going to say, there may be a season where you want to advertise and market your product in this way of mentioning it in your videos. Maybe as the demand grows and people become more aware of your product, you don't have to do it as much. But who knows? Yes, I've done this at birth fairs with my postpartum vision board, which is my email list freebie. I got a lot of positive feedback. Okay, that's really good to know that someone has done that before. And this is such a great example because Alyssa is a postpartum or has a postpartum doula business, I believe. And look, she did it at a birth fair. That's why I was saying doing a vending opportunity where people, my target customer, most likely will be. It's like I'm going directly to the people. I don't need to rely solely on my content or my online presence to sell my digital product. You see that? You see that right there? And then also, the thing with vending, it's an opportunity to build up the email list as well. That's another positive. GGT says, I don't think it's hard if you naturally create content around it. I don't think it's hard if you naturally create content around it. And that's something that I'm going to have to figure out. How am I going to do that for my content? Marissa said, oh, if you do a vendor event, I think it would be so nice to give people a sticker with cute branding and a QR code where they can access the digital product. That is so cute. That is so cute. I love that idea, Marissa. You guys get it. You guys really get it. I love that. Again, just giving them something tangible and experience. But maybe I can sell, kind of circling back to what Lavender asked me before, like, will I sell this physical version of my digital product even after the first 50 people, I send it out to the first 50 people? Maybe at a vending opportunity, maybe it's in my best interest to have physical versions of it. And it's not like I have to worry about packaging it up and mailing it to people. I just need to sell it right then and there. Y'all are really dropping. This is what I wanted. This was part of my little, what I wanted to get to in my live stream, like just a feedback session on some of the thoughts that I've shared with you guys. And naturally, you're giving it to me. And I just appreciate you so, so much. So yes, please, if you have any questions, anything that you guys are thinking about in regards to your digital product, I want to talk about it, answer it the best that I can. Please do not hesitate to ask any questions. I guess what I want to share with my digital product, I just want to talk a little bit more about like how I'm big on bringing people along the journey. Oren says that it's called building in public. Building in public. Are you building in public when it comes to your digital product? Or are you taking the route of, I'm in the cut, making this over here, and I'm going to let y'all know when it's done. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to go about it. But if I'm just putting on your radar, if you like didn't kind of know that it's okay to build in public. This video right here, I did just a moment of transparency. I did second guess doing this live stream. I second guessed doing this live stream because I'm like, oh, nobody's going to care that you're building a digital product. And just, I had that narrative in my mind, like, no one's going to care. No one's going to care. You don't need to share this with them. You don't need to talk about it. But I brushed off my shoulders and I just got up on here and I made this video. And it's like, no one's going to care is not a good enough reason for me not to make the video. For that person who is also like Marissa, for example, she mentioned earlier, I just finished creating my first digital product, so this timing is perfect. There's other people building digital products out there. If I can connect with one person with this video, great. But at least that one person can be aware that I'm also building my digital product too. And it doesn't have to be something where it has to be private. It doesn't have to. It does not have to be that way. I think when I first went about my business, I was in the cut. Alyssa says she's in the cut with it. I was in the cut with building my business and like not bringing people along with me. And I wish I would have, but I was so new to it that I felt like that was the way I had to go about it. But this time around, I'm doing it differently. I want to bring you along the process and just bringing back Erin. She's one of I love Erin. Like, I love Erin on Demand. And I remember her bringing us along the process of creating her digital product. Her physical products. So she has this video. Where is it? Launching my first product. What is it? Top 3 product reveal. Full overview of the manufacturing process, creating my notebook. So I just remember that. And I bought that notebook when it came out. I love Erin, so I probably would have bought it anyways, but I was even more connected to the product and what she was creating because she brought me along the journey. So I bought the first one for myself when it came out. I'm really a fully like digital person, and I had to just accept that. But she came out with a second version. What did I do? I purchased it again and gave it to someone as a gift because one, Erin has a strong personal brand. I've been knowing her digitally through YouTube since 2019. I'm tapped in with her. I'm in her web, and whatever she does, for the most part, I'm like, yeah, I'm rocking with it. So I'm just sharing my inspiration and where I got. Along with the guy I shared earlier saying build in public, giving a term to it, and along with me seeing Erin literally do it 3 years ago with her digital product, it's something that it's the approach that I want to take with it. Marissa says, I'm sorry, I'm thirsty and my lips are dry. Marissa says, it's really exciting to hear you talk about your digital product because you mentioned it in a past live stream. So seeing you actually make your ideas reality is super inspiring. Thank you for that. Just validation, maybe. I don't know what to even call this, but thank you, because it makes, like I said, I was nervous to do this video. It makes all those nerves, helps them dissipate and go away. Lanny, I said hello from Guam. Guam is in the building. What time is it in Guam? Are you still here with us? Lanny, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Thank you for welcoming her into the chat, Maud. And I appreciate letting you know that this is informative. So Gigi says, wow, that was awesome of you. Wait, Gigi, what are you referring to? Lissa says, I need to get better about building in public. I'm shy and sensitive about my ish. Keep in mind that I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shh. Y'all may not know who's that from, but that is from Erykah Badu. That's funny that you said this, Alyssa, because I was literally thinking about, that's so funny. I was literally thinking about sharing a video, a real video on my page, not a live stream, about where I'm at with the process of building my digital product. And I literally was going to use that audio of Erykah Badu saying that in the beginning of my video. It's 2:29 p.m. in Guam. That's so cool. It's 12:30 midnight here in Atlanta, Georgia. So yeah, I feel you on this, and I feel the same way. It's so nerve-wracking to build in public, but 2024 is a year for me. It's like you could be nervous, you could be shy, Nala, talking to Nala, you can feel those things, but that's not a reason to not do it. And if I come off like, what's the word? If I come off like, I don't know, people find what I'm sharing to be cringeworthy, then just gonna have to shrug my shoulders. Okay, so Gigi said that was awesome of you, and she was referring to purchasing from Aaron. Yeah. Like, I'm a fan of Aaron. So great, guys. I feel like I have shared a lot of greatness about just where I am with building my digital product. I will come back and give an update when I get a proposal from the designer, perhaps some sort of update eventually, but that's where I'm at. Like I said, waiting for a proposal from the designer, waiting for some samples. I wonder, so I have something I can show you, but I wonder, will it give it away? If I show you this, will it give it away? You know what? I'll show you guys. So what I'm about to show you is an inspiration. I'm not worried. Like, the thing is, you don't have my sauce and I don't have your sauce. If you see this and you're inspired, take it and run with it. I don't mind. But I was in Sweet Green a couple of weeks ago, and one Sweet Green restaurants are curated beautifully. And I saw this. You see this right here? This is a little hint. This is a hint. This right here is a hint. Okay? It is a hint. I'm giving y'all a hint to what I got coming down the pipeline, okay? It's a hint. Okay. When I saw this, something that I had, I was just like, ooh. Let's get it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be making this thing. And that thing right there inspired me like nothing else. And I got something for y'all. I do. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. I think one of the main takeaways that I want you to have is like, it's cool to have your digital product, but please focus, like put the same energy, if not more, into the branding behind like whether that's your personal brand or the branding that's going to like go with this digital product that you're making. That branding is going to be so important. If you focus on the brand, you'll be able to create more opportunities for yourself to sell this thing. You know, we're creating this to help our audience and We're creating this to make sales. I'm cracking up. Alyssa said it's a salad. It's a chicken salad. I'm getting hot. Y'all making me laugh. I'm getting hot. It's a chicken salad. That's the word on the street. That's what I'm creating for y'all. This would be an excellent community post. LOL, what is this menu a hint for? It would be. Maybe I'll do that as a community post. But yeah, guys, like create the digital product, but create a brand, create a strong personal brand. A personal brand can take you miles. And another thing that I wanted to say, digital product is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. I feel like a digital product is a great place to start in terms of like creating something to sell. It's a great place to start as a foundation for the business and the things that you want to sell. But it's just like the foundation or the starting point. There's so much more that can be done, and don't cap yourself at just digital products. Let that be a step to get you to somewhere else. And then thankfully, I mentioned that I'm going to work with a designer. So that's going to cost money. So it depends on like how much money you're willing to invest to build your digital product and like make it super brandy and designy. I don't have better words for it, but like, yeah, I'm willing to invest in that. And thankfully becoming monetized about 30 days, literally 30 days from at least May 2nd. I've been monetized fully for 30 days, and thankful to my community here on YouTube. I'm going to take that money and put it right back into my digital product and like building this thing out. And that's what this AdSense bread, these super chats, all that stuff goes to just building out this brand here that YouTube happens to be the core of. And I just wanted to share like, where's the funding coming from? Some of it will have to come from, our own pockets, I'm sure. A lot of us is going to have to do that. It's going to have to come from not your AdSense or maybe your monetized channel, but I'm just thankful to be monetized so that I can just throw it right back into the business that I'm creating here. So yeah, I think those are the things I wanted to share with you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, again, feel free to ask any questions on the replay, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.